Are you looking to join Cycling Men of Leisure for one of our rides in 2025? We've got a few things on our schedule.
That's right. We'll be attending Big Bragg and also the Bourbon Country Burn.
Big Bragg is in Georgia and Bourbon Country Burn's in Kentucky. Both places are going to be absolutely beautiful. We're going to have teams for both of those events. If you're looking to join us on our team, just send us a message. We'll tell you what to do.
So come on out. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Well, it's time for Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure, the podcast for cyclists who understand that riding is not just about getting to the destination, but the experience along the way. Now, here are the original Cycling Men of Leisure, Adam and Michael.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to be with you again, Adam. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh, it has been a while. I am trying to think the last time we actually recorded together. Was it in person?
February in Florida.
Yeah, well,
yes, not the January in Florida. The second time, February in Florida is the last time that we recorded together.
Wow.
I mean, we've had episodes, but they were, recorded previous to that. So
what?
I know.
No,
we're actually ahead of the game a little bit sometimes. So
that's all right. Cool. Well, that's good. What you been up to?
Been busy. We're getting to the last half of school. Just got back cruising the Caribbean with the family,
Nice.
Took my boat out and me and 2,000 of my closest friends hopped on a ship with Mickey running the show and had a good time.
Hey, I'm Mickey Mouse.
Mickey and Donald and Goofy and all the princesses and, Captain Marvel and Spider-Man. That was a good time. Cruised around for 7 or 8 days.
Nice. I assume your kids absolutely loved that.
Oh, they did. Had a good time.
Well, we went on a cruise too. A cruise through. Well, this is a clean show, but we are this year's spring break, if you will, or vacation was a staycation. We decided to do a bunch of home projects. So we tore up the floor and put new floors in and tore up the tile, which makes everything nice and dirty.
You did the downstairs bathroom too, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. You've been giving me updates on the pictures, so it's looking good.
Yeah, we it took a 1985 bathroom and turned it into a 2023 bathroom. And so that's nice. And then,
yes, it is.
So now, sir, next time you visit the Great Eastern Time Zone, you will have a modern first-class restroom to come to.
Sweet. So now the shower price goes up from $8 to $10. Is that what you're saying?
I've got to recoup some costs. So if you don't mind, I would appreciate it. But
leave it in the jar when I'm done. Does that include
what?
Towel service?
Oh, if you pay $10, towel service is complimentary. I'm even providing a washcloth for that.
Wow.
As well,
so. Oh, hey, that's more than I've got some week-long bicycle rides. I'm happy about that.
We'll even give softened water and warm water for $10. So,
wow. Love it.
Hey, seriously, I was just joking about the modern bathroom, but isn't it Iowa that has that sign right before Des Moines that says next modern rest area is
next rest area? No, next modern rest area.
Yeah, I was like, what is a non-modern rest area? Like an outhouse or what? So
yeah, that's not too far outside of Des Moines.
Yeah, that's right.
We're heading up there. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, did you since the last time you and I got together, did you see what came out?
A lot of things have came out, but I'm assuming you're speaking about the official complete RAGBRAI. There we go. Get my rides right. RAGBRAI
full route. Yep. 50 pass-through towns to go along with the 50 years of RAGBRAI.
Yeah, I think that's good. I like that.
And what I'm going to call the optional dip site in Muscatine. I mean, you could dip there. You could dip in. Well, actually, you could dip in any river you wanted. But I was kind of it's funny. I am. We had our winner for our contest, and somebody guessed Muscatine, and I was like, well, now that it's got the full route, do we need to go back on our own? But we already announced a winner.
Official route, and got to stick with that.
That's true.
What we could do though is we could just go to the Missouri River. We could just ride across the bridge, dip the back tire in there, go across, dip the front tire there, and we'll just call it good. Who's going to know?
I'm not going to tell anybody, but in 18, that's what we did.
That's not what we did, but I mean, we went out and dipped our front tire in, but
yeah. I mean,
you're making it sound like we faked our whole 2018 ride.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what we did in 18. No, it's not, because now the wives will be going, oh, yeah, what golf course did you guys spend the week at? Yeah.
Listen, I mean,
I think we need to move on before we get ourselves into bigger trouble here.
That's true. I mean, no, actually 18 was great. I mean, Cyclone Stadium and Iowa City, and that was a great ride that year. So
was it? That was the Eagle jersey. Best jersey. I love that jersey.
So, all right. So you did vacation. Kids are, gosh, it's kind of weird when you say like almost on the ending of school. I mean, it's hard for me to believe, but it's only a couple months away.
Yes. Month and a half. But you also know what that means. That means cycling season is starting. And I don't know about you, but I've been out there every day, like putting in miles and riding hardcore. And I am the biggest liar ever because I haven't even pulled my bicycle out once.
Well, I was thinking to myself, this is a podcast, not a video show. So I would have let you get away with it. But I will confess that I have ridden one time. And so luckily for us, we do have something coming up, though.
We do. The first big ride is going to be in just a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the spring tune-up in Georgia. Rutledge,
Georgia. What is the 3-day music and cycling festival on Sunflower Farm? Just 1 hour outside of Atlanta, the website says. So this is the first for you and I. I mean, we are going to know many people there.
Yeah, and this is a ride hosted by Franklin and all his folks at Bragg, bike ride across Georgia. So that'll be cool. Rutledge, you know me, I like a little history. I got a couple of interesting facts if you want to know them about Rutledge.
Now, don't get us in trouble. The last time you gave some historical facts, I got emails behind the scenes about a couple of things you said that you weren't 100% right. So before I get blasted by email, are you pretty sure on your historical facts?
I was sure last time. The only difference was I said Indian reservation.
Yes.
And somebody was nice enough to point out that the reservation that I spoke of in Iowa isn't actually a reservation. A reservation implies that it's land that's granted by the government and not really truly owned by those people. The one in Iowa is in fact actually owned by the tribe. So it is different. And I thank her for pointing that out.
And I need to step back. I said blasted, but our listeners have been actually great. They've actually been really helpful. But all I know is that we put out that show, and that morning I woke up and it was like, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, oh, what did we do? We misquoted a number just because we couldn't read our own handwriting, which just goes to show you communication and weakest link is, not reading your own ink. But we messed up big time by mentioning that we said it was 2,100 when it was 21,000. Oops. So we fixed that. But yes. So anyways, your point, sir. I would love to hear the history on Rutledge.
Well, the only thing I could really come up with Rutledge, 871 people. So it's not a large community. It's going to be pretty good size when all the cyclists roll in, but it is the gateway to Hard Labor Creek State Park. which is the second largest state park in Georgia.
Really? Okay, that's
That's
cool.
all I got. That's all I got.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, the last time you and I were in Georgia together, there is something to be said you miss about flying in. So the perk, of course, is we were there within one day and set up in our hotel and had our bikes ready, and we went out for a beautiful ride that day. The con, of course, is I didn't get to see some of this vast country that haven't experienced. So this time, you and I, sir, we are both driving.
We're driving it. Yes.
So I'm excited to see some of those areas and get to go from my area, get to go back through Kentucky. And so last time you and I were there was the Bourbon Burn, and that's a beautiful, beautiful area. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it's a good drive. So, something we forgot to talk about was
the fact that you're wearing a Cycling Men of Leisure jersey right now.
Yes. Yes.
The brand new one. I appreciate that. I'm looking here at you on the computer, and it's like, that is a fine looking jersey. I like it.
Listen, I mean, I decided that since they happen to be at my house in the Eastern time zone where the time is correct, that I would wear this in honor of us getting back together since it's been a while. So
I like it. Looking good. But I don't think that's what you were talking about.
No. I was going to talk about March 8th and what we did.
March 8th. Oh, this is big.
That is pretty cool.
And this is exciting. I forgot about it. It has something to do with International Women's Day, doesn't it?
That's right. So any of our listeners or anyone who's been to our Facebook page or website, they have seen our logo where it has the 1920s guy on a bicycle with a button-up jacket and I forget what kind of hat you call that right now. My brain went dead, but you call it not a bowler's hat. No, bowler's hat would be different.
No, it's kind of like a 1920s workman's cap type looking thing.
And of course it says Cycling Men of Leisure established 2022. All this crazy idea that you and I had started in Georgia and grew some roots and we've told that before on some other show, but then of course fertilizer hit it in Iowa, and by the end of the year, boom, we had paid our friend to create our logo. But in honor of International Women's Day, we decided to have a sister logo. And for all the ladies who listen to us and follow us, we now have a Cycling Women of Leisure logo. And instead of having the guy on his bicycle, it is a woman enjoying her best life. So
1920s.
Yes.
Young lady and enjoying cycling.
That's right. So now,
and you know why this is super important? Because I'm going to probably jump the gun and get out of order from the things you wanted to talk about, but
it's okay.
We did finalize our team for Bragg.
Yes.
We've got, I think, 24 or 25 riders, and a couple of them are ladies.
That's correct. We are happy to have ladies. I actually had one of the ladies write me behind the scene and said, love your podcast, been listening to your show, love what you guys talk about, love what, but can I just make sure that you do allow women? Absolutely. Cycling Men of Leisure is for everybody. And so it was that notion behind the scenes that you and I started talking that, why don't we do something to encompass everybody? So we now have our sister logo, and so you'll be seeing that on a jersey near you soon. So
nice. I love it.
So after we visit Rutledge, Georgia, and come back, you got anything going on? On behalf of Adam
and Michael,
we both want to say thank you
for your support.
I don't think I've got too much going on until we hit our next ride, which I believe is the Bragg.
Gotcha. So I've got a local
right across
ride
Georgia.
here.
Oh, you're doing a local ride?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's called DawnFarm. It's DawnFarm Ride for Recovery. This is the 14th annual ride. I got involved in this ride because the bike shop that I go to, Wheels in Motion out of Ann Arbor, they sponsor it every year. And so I've been doing that ride for a while. And I just got to say, if you are in the Michigan area or close by and you're looking for a great ride, going to do a little plug here for DawnFarm rideforrecovery.org. It's a pretty cool organization where individuals who need a little help in life, they have a place to recover. It's actually a farm, and part of their recovery is taking care of animals and taking care of different chores and stuff on the farm. And it's a great ride. It's safe. It is on the road, but it's definitely well sponsored, and it's a beautiful country. So hopefully. Oh, by the way, also I happen to know that April 30th, the day of the ride, it'll be windy, because every year I do this ride, it is windy. So if you're looking for some wind for your wind turbine in the local area, it'll be windy on April 30th. So, but seriously, if you're not doing anything, the website, you can check it out, is dawnfarmrideforrecovery.org. So,
sounds like fun.
Oh, it is a good day, actually. So
too bad I'm stuck in Kansas that day, or I'd come up there and ride it with you. But I'm glad to see you're representing.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Maybe I'll wear my new Cycling Men of Leisure podcast jersey that day. So
I think you should.
Absolutely. So, we're really looking forward to a lot of stuff this year. The one thing we haven't talked about is, are we flying for Big Bragg this year? I haven't even.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to have to pack our bikes again, huh?
We're going to have to pack our bikes. And I think what we need to do is this is April, probably next month, we need to have an episode talking about flying with your bikes. We've talked to a couple people, and they've asked us about it when they found out that we've flown with our bikes. And I know you and I were kind of the first ideas of flying with our bikes seemed a little daunting. It's like, ooh, do we really want to do this? Can we do this? We've done it. We're going to do it again. And we have some, pro tips and helpful little hacks and things like that to help people feel more secure about taking their bike down, packing it up, and then putting it together on the other side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was definitely one of those feelings for me when we did that, which I wasn't sure about it, but through some research and some friends and some cycling, a bike shop. Actually, I talked to a bike shop and gave me some cool pointers and made it really simple. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
And don't forget the rubber mallet, because when something doesn't fit, I just hit it with a rubber mallet and it seems to work.
Last year, that wasn't too far off. You had those 2 extra screws. We weren't sure where they went, so we just...
They always have a couple of extra pieces that are not important. That's just the way they build these things.
Don't worry about that derailleur. You're not going to need that. Don't worry about that. So,
in all honesty, we did get them all together. There was no loose pieces and no hammers were involved to do it. So
I didn't even think we had a hammer, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, but it would have helped out when we started camping each night. So that wouldn't have been a bad idea. But, well, cool. I'm excited. I mean, like I said, the wife and I have been working on some stuff here, but I'm ready. I'm ready to get out there, and the weather hasn't been real great here in Michigan. We have different years. I mean, some years you could be, there's some guys who go out and ride, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not going to go out and ride when there's ice and snow still on the ground. That's just not my style. But we've had years where you can go out and you can go on a nice ride, go on the trails and stuff. We just, it just keeps randomly snowing. Like today, because today was a day where I wore shorts to work. It was supposed to be 60 some degrees. Yeah. Middle of the day, starts raining, dark clouds come, goes from 60 to 48 in 2 seconds. And then it rained all afternoon. So we just, this year has not been real great for weather. What about you guys?
Weather was we've had some pretty good stretches of decent weather
Nice.
Out here in the plains. Unfortunately, with my schedule and everything else going on, I really have not had an opportunity to take advantage of that. So that's I'm a little behind on my training but I'm kind of looking at the spring tune-up as a piece of that training. So I think I'll get there, but it's fun. I think we're going to have some good times. We've got a lot of friends that are going to be showing up at these rides, and looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good season.
Even though you've had nice weather, they, your work gaslighted you and it's definitely kicked up your responsibility. So I think you should bill them. Oh,
Bill,
wait, they already pay you.
I don't know how I could get out of double billing. Yeah, no, I just better. And I don't have a job, and then I can ride all the time. But yeah, let's not do that. But so yeah, it's going to be fun, and we'll have some good episodes coming up. What do we got after this episode? What can folks look forward to out there?
Got a couple things. First thing is our next show is going to have a couple of VIPs. These VIPs for us, which we better say that, are beautiful wives. So we, a lot of people ask us about our family life and what we do and stuff. And so we thought, what better way to kind of open our world to our listeners and subscribers and say, hey, these are our wives. And so we sat down with them in February, and we're going to release that. So, but the other thing that we're going to do is while we're at Spring Tune-Up, Franklin has agreed to sit down with you and I, and so there'll be some highlights from the Spring Tune-Up, maybe all things brag, and maybe not. Maybe something he might throw a little surprise, maybe non-brag. So who knows what we might hear down in Georgia. So
it'll be fun.
So
but
cool.
The wife show will be good. We open the mics up to them to let them air whatever laundry they wanted to air. We no holds barred. We wanted honest opinions, and we asked them stuff about what they thought about us doing rides and podcasts and things like that. And so it should be a good show. So that got that to look forward to. And then if we can hook up with Franklin there, it's always a good time.
And then I think after that, just not exactly sure when, but we'll definitely be talking about packing the bike up, getting ready to fly, and tips for what to bring, what you and I bring. I mean, at least what you and I have been successful in bringing, and if that helps someone out there. I mean, some of the things that if you're listening to this, please don't hesitate. We have a few ways to get a hold of us. We have cyclingmenofleisure@gmail.com. Also, our Facebook page message. We have been getting some requests of some things to talk about, and some of those things we've already mentioned in prior shows, and we slip it in when we can, and we talk about it. So please don't hesitate if there's something that you'd like to hear, or a ride that you've done or want us to talk about, or a ride that we should look into. Don't hesitate to let us know about that either. So
we're always planning for next year, and we want to try some new rides. So if you have some ideas there. The other thing to remember when, sending us a message or replying, Michael's the guy that's got all his information in order and is right. And if there's anything wrong, well, that is Adam. So just keep that in mind.
My previous life, I like that, by the way, but in my previous life, before I was in the position I am now, I was a bus driver and was a hard job, and I loved it. And I did it for 10 years of my life, and I'm proud of what I did. But what I would always tell my clients is if you liked your ride, my name is Adam. If you didn't like the ride, hi, I'm Jim. So
that's right.
So, but, well, great. Well, I am, I've been excited to be with you again here today. It's been a while. It's been too long, actually.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for our subscribers for listening, and thanks for all your support.
Sounds good. And remember, today is
a great day for a bike ride.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming along with Adam and Michael on Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure. If you have enjoyed this, please share the podcast or tell a friend about it.
Hey, we just wanted to remind you that we've got some really cool products at our jersey and our swag store.
That's right. You can visit cyclingmenofleisure.com. At the top of the page, you'll find our stores page. Click there. There's 2 QR codes. The one on the left has a J on it. That's the store for the jerseys. The one on the right is just a swag store. Has all kinds of different items. Kind of customizable. You can kind of make the swag the way you want it. If the QR codes are giving you an issue, don't worry. Underneath, there's 2 buttons that you can click on. Thank you, and have a great day.